Alright everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of this series where I'm trying to teach you some of the things that I do in a game in order to help you improve your game. A lot of you have been asking for some tips related to high pressure, people who press high up, but it is hard to get those sort of clips because it's not, you don't always come up against people who do high press, and then when they do, it's all about getting the actual good clips in order to show. But I think in this game I did get a few that were worthy of showing. Also, if you want to buy some Ultimate Team coins, then be sure to check out UT Coins for You. I'll leave a link in the description. If you use the code VIMTO, V-I-M-T-O, you get 5% off. Anyhow, I'll start off with one of my favourite tricks that I've shown in the last two episodes, and that's the fake shot. As you can see there, I just take the player out of the game completely by literally just doing a quick fake shot, quick turn, and then he's put away El Shaarawy. With El Shaarawy, I do something else which I've already shown you, and that's the double knock on. Once again, that's something that it does get you a lot of space and it's easy to do, and if you have a fast player then you're nearly always going to get the ball at the end of it. And again, in the next clip I'll show you another example of a fake shot, really quickly done, puts me in a really good position after the step over, and then I should score at the end there, but once again I've just created a lot of space from two small dribbling moves. And now in this clip it starts off with a tackle. You see, he tries to scale me on, he tries to do a few moves, but I just stand still, I stand off him, and in the end he runs into me. And then from that, as you can see, he puts a lot of pressure on me, a lot of high pressure, and sometimes people are afraid of passing the ball backwards. They seem to think that if you pass the ball backwards it's not the way to do it. But the important thing to remember is just to stay calm, don't hoof it up randomly, keep the ball in possession, and then if he keeps pressing you down, he'll leave a lot of space, he'll leave a lot of gap. And in the end, you can see we've got the ball with Fernandinho. I'll just keep running, he tries to ball the runner, and I just keep moving into space, and it's as simple as literally running into space, pass it to Ramirez, and then it's a poor shot in the end. But once again, it's just another chance created from literally just using the space and not panicking when he presses high. And coming up now is the first goal that I score, and it actually starts from the halfway line, and he tries to press me down quickly, but without sprinting I just move to the left and the right. And a lot of people, they hold down sprint, but if you just let go of sprint and move left and right when people high press you, then you'll be surprised how easy it is to just literally take them on. And once again, I literally just see the space, he brings his right back infield, so that means I've got a lot of space on the right hand side. And in the end I think, why not, let's have a shot, and it does go in. And it just proves that once again, if you shoot to the far post on a player's strong foot, it's got a very good chance of scoring no matter how far it is. In this next clip, I'll show you this from the start. If you look at his team structure, he's got 4 defenders, 3 midfielders and 3 attackers, pretty well placed. They're all relatively well organised, but that's not good because obviously in order to create a chance, I need his team to be a bit out of shape, a bit out of position. So what I do is I just keep the ball with Oscar, and I sort of try and drag his centre-backs, or his centre midfielders, sorry, to the right hand side. And because in the end he decided to close me down, that means that with a quick little pass I've effectively took out his entire midfield with one pass. So that means now I've only got his defence to beat. And then with a quick stop and start I managed to take on his left back who closes me down. That means now that I've got a striker making a run. I do make that pass because his defence is pretty high up, so it's easy to make a through ball. And I should do better with the chance. It's obviously a bit of a failed attempt that's sweating across the goal there. But the chance is created, even though he had a structure, even though he had a rigid layout, all I had to do is literally just make a few small dribbles, drag his players in, and in the end I managed to open up his defence. Now the next thing I'll show you is, I don't know if some people might deem this a bit controversial or a bit cheap, but I thought it was something that was worth showing anyway, especially for people who press you down really hard, because it is an annoying way to play a game. So as you can see here, he's got about 5 or 6 players in a really close approximate area, and there's loads of space down the right hand side. So I think, you know what, let's use that space. So what I do is I pass the ball to Maicon, my right back. Then with Maicon I make a pass back to a player, and I make sure I hold down L1 or LB. So that means that then Maicon will make a run, continuing down the right hand flank. And as you can see here, Maicon continues to make that run. And if you look at the radar now, you'll see that Maicon is still running, and he's near the halfway line. So this is the perfect opportunity for me now just to launch the ball, L1 triangle or LBY. And that pretty much sets Maicon off with a lot of space in front of the entire defence. And now it is somewhat cheap, somewhat sweaty for a better word. But if someone's going to pressure down like that, if someone's going to put a lot of pressure on you, you're going to have to make use of these little exploits, so to call them. But following on from that, I'll show you once again how effective the fake shots are. I'll do a little combination now that I showed before, the fake shot, then the step over. And then once again I get a bit more space. I'll do a double fake shot, should do better with the shot. But honestly, really do practice the fake shot, because if you can manage to use the fake shot, if you master it, you'll find it a lot easier to take on players, you'll find it a lot easier to dribble past people. Now this second goal, a lot of you might put this down to bad defending, and to an extent it is bad defending, but it is created for once again me just simply running it into space. It's something so simple, but it works so well, and it is quite hard to defend against. And in the end I have so much space, a simple pass across the box and it's 2-0. Yes, it's bad defending, but you'll find that people do defend quite badly if you do that and run into space, because it is quite hard to defend against. People don't always expect it, and when you're sprinting at full power it's not easy to defend against. And once again here I'll show you another example of what I showed you earlier, the little controversial tip, so to speak. He presses me down pretty quickly, and that means that I have to remain calm, I have to pass it into space, And in the end, as you can see, I get another run with Maicon on, and then I do the lob through ball that pretty much puts him through one-on-one. I do mess up the chance, but that little tip where you make a run with the right back or the player out wide, and then in the end you just make the pass just before he's running past the last man, and it should in most occasions get you a really clear chance. And then just to rub it in, I do it a third time with Maicon once again, do the running pass, and then in the end David Luiz plays a long through ball, pretty much falls at his feet and gives him another chance. I don't score any of these chances, so some of you might consider that like karma for doing this little cheap tactic, but it does work, and if someone does high press you, then this will work best. But shortly before the game ends, I do wrap it up with El Shaarawy, run down the wing, a little cut inside, start, fake shot, and then just hit it in the far post. Very simple, pretty bad defending, but that makes it sure that I'm going to win this game. So there we have it for this episode. I hope that helps some of you with some of the high pressure queries that you had. I know there wasn't that many high pressure clips, but this guy, I think he started off pressing up high, but then he sort of gave up because he could see that I was just playing through him. And so this should work. I mean, that little tactic I showed you about doing the lob through ball with the right back or the left back or whatever, it can be considered cheap, and maybe people won't like using it or won't like me for showing other people. But sometimes you've got to do these things, especially when people do pressure down really quickly, and sometimes there's nothing else you can do other than just launch the ball up to the striker or to the right mid or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.